This is just an F-16 with missile racks and landing gear that I made for fun. Yeah, I made this on my time off of full paper strike. And yeah, let's go over the features. It has 6 missile racks, landing gear, a gun, air intake, afterburner, and the cockpit. It's not color changed, but it can still kind of open up like this. Yeah, you got the tail fin too. Honestly, this is a really cool looking model I made. It uses a lot of the same steps as my previous design, the Triceptical Supreme X. As you can see, the wings look very similar, and this also uses the base from the Advanced F-22. So if you know how to fold that base, then you can just skip over if you want to, or you can just still follow the steps. But yeah, the only original stuff about this, to be honest, is just the gun location, the cockpit, and the afterburner. So yeah, but I have to warn you, this is a pretty difficult model. I'd say it's around the difficulty of the, or actually no, I'd say it's a little bit less difficult than the Triceptical Supreme X, but I think it's still maybe around the difficulty of the Advanced F-22 by Jason Merrill. So yeah, let's get started. Oh, before we get started, I have my computer off screen where I'm just gonna log into my computer real quick off screen. You can see my computer right here, but what I'm gonna do is, so I know how much time I have on my tutorials. Hold on. I'm gonna search up a stopwatch. And you see right here, sorry about the map moving. See right here, I have my stopwatch right here, and yeah, I can do this and I can know how long the tutorial is. So yeah, I'm just gonna have that off screen. So I'm too lazy to do a flight demonstration today. So in that case, let's begin. I'm gonna set the timer. Alright, all you're gonna need to fold this is just a 13-inch sheet of foil paper. Alright, first gonna fold the diagonals. Now you can do the horizontal creases. Oh wait, I almost forgot. Since I'm gonna be here for an hour or two, got myself some water, just in case, because I'm gonna be here for quite a while with you guys teaching you how to fold this. So I don't really have a place to put this because my computer's right here. Yeah, whatever, I'll just put it right there. Anyways, okay. All right, now do the other horizontal crease. And you're probably gonna say that I didn't cut a perfect square sheet of foil paper, but it's no big deal. It's just a tutorial. The paper you use is up to you, but I highly recommend foil paper for this. I guess you could use origami paper for this, but yeah, I don't know. I never really tried it. Fold in half diagonally. And then I'll explain these steps again just because maybe someone out there doesn't know how to do this base. You're gonna fold this edge to this edge. Oh, and also, this will be the last tutorial I will release for quite a long time, because I have to work on full paper strike and I can't get distracted by designing more jets, because right now that's not my main task as of right now in this time period. I'm trying to get full paper strike done, and then after that I could probably design more jets and stuff. Because as of right now, I won't be releasing that many tutorials, because, you know, I have to work on full paper strike. So yeah. Gonna hydrate. Alright, fold that, fold it, and fold this edge to the intersection right here. This tutorial might be like maybe an hour 40 minutes or an hour 57 minutes. I don't expect this to be 2 hours, but if it is, then that'll be amazing. But although the Triceptico Supreme X was already 2 hours, and that felt like hell to go through. Had the cough. Alright. You're gonna fold this edge to the center, like this. Same thing here. Honestly, if I had to give my best estimate, this tutorial will most likely be past an hour for sure. Alright, unfold it back to here. Or actually, let's do it on this side, because I believe then if I do it, the next step will get me on the white side, which is what I want, to be honest. Alright, repeat the same process. Move this edge to the intersection. Turn over and... Or wait, no, I was wrong. Hold on, you can keep your paper like that. I'm just gonna change the fold to the other side, because I want it to be on the white side, not the silver side. Or if you accidentally fold it on the silver side, or if you accidentally folded it just like how I did, then yeah, just do what I just did if you want it to be, if you want the pen to be white like this and not silver. Because normally when you fold it on the foil side, it won't look really good unless you're somehow really careful with the folds, like Aero Alex, where he makes foil planes that turn out perfectly. I have no idea how he does that, but yeah, it's just because sometimes I see his thumbnails and he has planes made on the foil side that look absolutely perfect. So yeah, anyways, fold these edges to the center again. And check what time it is for me, 3:42. I might or might not have enough time to film this, but let's just see. Alright, unfold that. And yeah, this is why I did it on the... This is why I folded this down to this side and not the foil side, because then the existing creases I have here, they let me fold in, they let me collapse it in like this, and this white would be silver for me if I had done that step earlier, so that's good because I don't want it to be silver. But the color is up to you, to be honest, not me. Squash that down. Fold that over. Take this and open up this pocket and just flatten this part of this section out. Then flatten it to the left. Same thing here, but to the right. Okay, now you're gonna squash this flap down. It's just that I've done these steps so many times, and honestly, it's a little bit annoying, but I don't really care, to be honest, because it's a very, very useful base, just like how Jason Merrill said, and I'll admit, I'll agree with him. It's a useful base. Don't know why I keep accidentally getting it off frame. Whatever. We're in the first 10 minutes, I believe. About the first 10 minutes of the tutorial. Yeah. Alright, so what we're gonna do next is flatten that down like that. Same thing here. Then do the same steps on this side. Flatten that down and do it to the other direction as well. That's kind of bothering me, but whatever. That was just how I cut the paper. I just like to do this just in case. And normally I find it easier to collapse the base when I do this. So yeah. I don't know if I already did it on that side. I'm trying to find the side didn't do those creases. There it is. Do it again. All right, now what you're gonna do is you're gonna bring all this down, but when you collapse it down, you have to make sure that when you flatten it down, these layers right here look like this, where this part is to the left and doesn't like look like this. So yeah. once you have that, you're gonna fold this edge to that intersection right there. Repeat the same thing on the 3 other points. Just like that. And then I like to fold this up just to fully flatten it down. Alright, gonna unfold the model. Gonna unfold everything. Although, you have to be a bit careful when you unfold this because it could rip. Because I'm using foil paper. Alright, now the crease pattern is important here, so you have to make this large square in the middle of the paper mountain creases, so just like that, and the smaller square inside of this valley folds or valley creases. You're also pinching these edges right here so they're mountain creases as well, and these diagonal creases right here to be valley folds. So then if you do that, it should lead to something like this, and then sooner or later you should be able to flatten it down once you shape it enough like this. Alright, here's a common issue that occurs for me. There's probably like a kink, a severe kink down here, so what I do is, instead of trying to fix it, I just open up this side and use it for the point right here, so I don't have to worry about that. And plus, that's a step I needed to do anyway. This will turn into the front strut of landing gear. It also uses the same steps from the Triceptico Supreme X's air intake. Alright, just make a preliminary fold. Hydrating. Okay. What we're gonna do next is squash fold this down. Fold it over. And you're gonna repeat that same step to all the other flaps you see me do, so just watch and see. And with the information I just told you, you're going to understand the steps. I also have a design that I propose to do. It's called frame plane. It's a pretty simple design, to be honest, but I plan to do advanced versions of it as well, like frame plane alpha, frame plane omega, frame plane absolute. I haven't used that name variant in a while. Excuse me. I haven't used the name variant absolute in quite a while. I've only ever used it in the Triceptico series, I think. I don't really remember, to be honest. sometimes I have to make sure the computer doesn't shut off by itself. Because I have the timer running on my computer, and I'm recording with my phone. Because sometimes for my computer, if I don't lay a finger on the mouse pad after a bit of time, then it's just gonna shut off by itself if I don't notice. Alright, now what you're gonna do with these flaps is actually, what side did I do that on? Oh wait, oh my god, I'm so stupid. Like, I'm so stupid. Like, literally, like, I'm an idiot, bro. You have to take this edge out because that's gonna be the cockpit. I don't know why I was thinking, oh, I'm gonna fold this forward. It's the color change cockpit. Sorry, guys. You have to do the same thing you did with here, where you take the edge out. It's a bit difficult because you already made the creases. So that's my fault, sorry. This paper is really beefing with me right now. Alright, I'm starting to get it. Gosh, that looks terrible. Alright, just refold everything in. There we go. I'm terribly sorry about that, you guys. So now in this case, I guess it doesn't matter where I do this. So the next step is you're gonna swivel this edge up here like this, but leave this edge down here. Don't swivel this with this part. So do it like that, and then lay this edge down there. Wait, I'm gonna sneeze. Hold on. Bro, you know, like that feeling where you think you're gonna sneeze, but then you don't sneeze? Yeah, I just went through that right now. Bro. And I honestly do not like that feeling, because it's so freaking annoying. Alright, now you're gonna do the same step on this side. Oh wait, I did it on the wrong side. Hold on. I may or may not finish the whole tutorial today because I have to go see a movie with my family in a little bit. So, yeah. But I think I might be fine, but just play it by ear. Because right now it's 3:56, I have to, like, see a movie at, like, 5 something or 6 o'clock. You know what, I think I'll be fine. I have, like, I have, like, about 2 hours. Just as long as this plane tutorial is not 2 hours, and I don't yap for too long. I should be good. Anyways, you're gonna... I keep forgetting which side am I gonna use for landing gear. You know what? I'm not gonna do the front strut step yet. I'm actually gonna fold the missile. We're gonna fold the missile racks first, so then I'll figure out what side to do the landing gear strut on. Oh wait, I do it on this side. Yeah, whatever. Let's just do the missile racks first. which is going to be the harder part. So let's just get through this first. So you swivel that down, flatten it there. Fold that up, and then what you're gonna do, or hold on, first you fold this edge to here, because you're gonna need that crease for the next steps. All right, now what you do is open this up and make this edge mount a mound crease, and do the same thing here. Then you should be able to just automatically clamp it down on the existing creases like this. Just try to remove all the kinks that pop up. By the way, the movie I'm seeing later is called Practical Magic 2. I just watched the first one with my family yesterday. I guess it was a good movie, but maybe Practical Magic 2 will be better. That's if you guys know that movie, whatever. That's completely off topic with what we're doing right now. All right, and that crease we made earlier, you're gonna try and swivel it back up on the existing creases, which is kind of difficult. All right, now do the same thing here. You know, funny story, just to not keep the moment quiet. There was this one guy that commented on the Tricepticos Supreme tutorial, not the Tricepticos Supreme X, just the Supreme. There was this guy who commented on that tutorial saying for me to get better at folding, because it was just like, I don't remember what he said. I was just like crumpling it up into a shape, like kind of like this. And y'all know I don't do that. And I told him, then find another origami channel, because I'm teaching you how to do the plane. And like the steps I'm doing, they aren't incorrect. They teach you how to fold the model that I'm doing. So it's kind of like me going through the same thing as Jason Merrill. People just come up to you and cry about them saying they can't fold the plane. So, I'm gonna say this again. Just don't come crying to me saying that you can't fold the plane for like a stupid reason. Because I'm not trying to go through the same thing as Jason Merrill did. I bet he's had enough dealing with that. All right, same steps. Make these two edges round creases. Collapse it down. Although a common issue that occurs is that it may kink up a lot on one side more than the other, so just try to fix it. And then once you've got it, you can just flatten it down, which I don't. So just give me a second, or maybe a minute, or maybe an hour. I'm just kidding. Making this tutorial sure dang already feels like an hour, even though it's just been about 27 or 28 minutes. That doesn't seem equal. You know what, whatever. Let me just do this step first where you do it again with the crease you made. And also, that guy who commented on the Triceptical Supreme tutorial, he never commented again because he knew he was just saying BS that, you know, just wasn't true. Because honestly, if he kept commenting on my videos saying like get better at folding or you're not showing the steps right or something, he would have been a problem. So, but I always had the option to just block him or just hide people from my channel. Although I never really had to do that, to be honest, which is good because I don't have people just crying to me about my tutorials. This does not look right. Hold on. All right. Basically, it should be just the same steps from here. It's just that it's so annoying when one side gets a lot more kinks than the other and just completely ruins the other side. Which I think I already went through in the Triceptical Supreme X. And I absolutely freaking hated it. Alright. That's the preparation for the missile racks. Now we're going to do the missile racks itself, so it's just the same steps from the Triceptical Supreme X. You fold that, you sew that down. Just checking the camera. Alright. Alright, now that you did that, you're gonna repeat that on all two other sides and all three other sides on the other wing. You know, another funny story. I was once talking with Jason Merrill in one of his comment sections on one of his posts, and I don't remember what we were talking about exactly, but I remember that there was a guy who wasted $45,000 on nothing, which I thought was pretty funny because that was just a big old waste of money. I don't remember what the story was, but that's what I remember. And I was told that he was just spreading just a bunch of false information on the Affordable Flights channel. Which honestly is just a big waste of time. Because if it's actually just false information, then people aren't going to believe you if they actually can think right. Or unless they're just gullible. I don't know what information he spread it on Affordable Flights channel, but honestly, I think it's better just to not look at it. Well, at least for me. Maybe you'll look at it and say to him, like, stop it or something. I don't know. Just folding it to see that bar is equal. I think that's good. And honestly, I don't know why you would put so much money to waste just for Jason Merrill himself to disagree with you. Because honestly, that is not a good way to spend your money. All right, now we're gonna do more of the missile racks. We're at 30. We're like at about 34 minutes. All right, so just do the. Why am I trying to snap if I don't know how to snap? I was about to ask myself, what was the technique called from the Triceptical Supreme? Oh, the 4 moves where you fold it up one time, fold it back down 2 times, or actually I don't think I did that in this F-16. I think I instead only did like two times, not 4. It was where like I folded it up and I just folded it back down to where it was right. Yeah, that works too. I don't know why I did it so much on the Triceptical Supreme X, where it was 4 pleats instead of just 2. Yeah, whatever. It's still one of my greatest designs ever, and I'm gonna brag about that all day. Or not all day. I'm just gonna brag about it in general. Because not that many 2-hour tutorials exist out there, and I'm one of the few people who's actually made one. There is the other people that actually made 2-hour tutorials is Edible Cough Syrup, Archangle07, Danny Sim, and wasn't there one more? I don't know. Let me see if I'm even logged into my correct YouTube account to see. Oh wait, no, Used Alex made a, or no, I mean Arrow Alex, sorry. He just changed his name to Arrow Alex and I keep calling him Used Alex. But Arrow Alex had a 2-hour tutorial, but that was just Jason Merrill's F-35. And that, in the original tutorial of the F-35 was just an hour and, I don't know, 13 minutes. But sorry, that was completely off topic. Yeah, whatever, I'm just trying to make the moment not quiet, because it's boring as hell. Sorry, just trying to check something. Alright, sorry about that. That took forever. Anyways, I'm gonna do this last missile rack. Actually, thinking about it now, the tutorial may not be an hour 50 minutes. That was just crazy thoughts in my mind. I think it might be just like an hour and 20 or 37 minutes, actually. Or maybe just an hour and 10. Maybe not even, probably below that. I don't know. But whatever, man, I don't really care. Alright, now I said I was gonna do the landing gear strut right here, so what I did for, I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah. So what I did here was I folded, or actually, no, that's not what I did. I actually folded, swivel folded those flaps, and what I did actually was this step is harder than the one used in Tricycle Supreme X, so yeah, I folded that down right like that, and this part too. I have to crease that really good because you're gonna need that crease. And what I did is gonna be a hard step. You open it up, and we're at about 40 minutes in the tutorial. I think I'll probably reach an hour. And then you just like inside reverse fold this into the model. All of that. Sometimes you have to like kind of dig your fingers in there, because it can be really difficult without doing that. It's kind of messy, but it's a bit efficient if you just want to get it done without having any issues. At least for me it is. Maybe some other people might not think so, but whatever. Alright, now once you think you got it, you can just try to flatten everything back down. Actually, no, I forgot to pleat down a bit more stuff. I am trying my best not to rip anything because I am digging into the paper a lot right now. All right. And come on, I already ripped the front here a little bit. That's fine because sooner or later I'm gonna fold this up, and that won't be noticeable. So, whatever. And I accidentally ripped the nose actually on this plane. You can tape it if you want. It's not gonna affect its flight performance. And how I know that is because I'd already flown it already thrown it, and it flies just fine. Just don't tape too many ribs because then it can add more weight to the plane, and it might just end up not flying. I just didn't add any more pieces of tape because I didn't want to risk it. All right, same thing here. These steps are my least favorite out of the whole out of all the steps in the plane, because it's so messy, and you have a high chance of ripping the paper. And you guys might be saying, you could have just like done this instead. But only reason I did that is because it's so it can make the front strut more stronger. And I didn't do that for the Tricyclical Supreme X, and the front strut is just fine, but just want to give it a more advanced landing gear strut. And we're gonna do the same thing right here. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. It's annoying. I think here doing it is a bit easier because it has a bit less stuff going on here, so we can just get in here easier. We're at 43 minutes, I think. Although we still have a long ways to go. I still have to make the rear wings, do the jet fold, shape the afterburner, and make the tail fin, which will take a couple more minutes. Like, freak. I already ripped the nose already, yeah, whatever. It's really difficult to avoid that, so whatever. And plus, like I said, you can tape the front if you need to, but yeah. But try to rip it as least as possible, though, because you don't want like a severe rip, and like somewhere where it makes it fly, like the wing or a rear wing, because then that'll make it fly. Or the afterburner. I don't know why I'm saying the afterburner. You're not gonna rip the afterburner. But if you did, then that wouldn't look good. That would look very ugly. And honestly, I have had planes that when I tried to fold them, the wing or missile rack ripped. And honestly, I don't like it when that happens. I always crash out. Time's it now? 4:20 p.m. Alright. Alright, these are the same steps from the Tricyclical Supreme X. Maybe this step was used also in the Advanced F-22. I don't know. I don't really remember. It's been forever since I folded it. Okay, now what you're gonna do is partially open this up. And you're gonna also want to open this section up here too, without doing anything to the front, which is difficult. Or you're just folding those, you're just reversing those, and so it appears here and not there. Which can be pretty tricky to explain, so I'm sorry if you didn't get it. Alright, do the same thing here. It's a bit messy, but once you flatten it back down, it won't look as bad. You just gotta work your way around it. Also, try your best not to unfold the missile racks. Just made a mistake. Hold on. Alright, this missile rack looks a bit messed up. Hold on. Yeah, you just gotta flatten all that down. Lining everything up. There you go. Now you still have to partially unfold this again. I'm sorry, I know. And you have to like kind of wrap this around like this. No, I just ripped it. God damn it. Sorry, I just cussed or whatever. That just slipped out of my mouth. I might censor that actually, because I don't want to risk getting banned or so. I don't know. I don't think that's such a. I don't think it's a bad word. Like not that bad of a word. I was about to say it's not that bad of a word, even though it still counts as a bad word. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. All what I just said just lost all of its meaning. But if I don't censor it, then I'm just lazy. Or you know what? I'm not going to censor it. It's not that big of a deal. Alright. Fold this down just like Triceptical Supreme X. Uses a lot of the same steps from the Triceptical Supreme X, even though I already said that like 2 or 3 times now. I'm just bored. I keep saying that. Sorry, that was just my dogs barking. Alright, now you're gonna wrap around. Sorry for the stuttering. Now you're gonna wrap these around. So, open this up. And just wrap that around like this. So then, that area should be white and not silver. And then same thing here. Although try not to rip it here because that edge is already, it's already ripped a little bit. Whatever, that's extremely unnoticeable. We're already at 51 minutes. Wow. Sure didn't feel like 51 minutes. Felt like just 30. It's probably because I've been having so much fun talking. I don't know why. Fold that down. Fold this down. What time is it? 4:27. I'm good. All right, now you're gonna wrap this around one more time. Although it's a bit difficult, so I'm gonna do the step first, then show you. All right, so basically what happened there was when I was wrapping this around, when I creased this, there's no noticeable silver color when I flatten it down. So it should look like this, where I don't know why I'm explaining this so deep. Where it should look like a parallelogram right here. I don't know why I explained that so deep. That was an easier step. I don't know why. Gonna need that crease later. Alright, do the same thing here. Now that looks a bit sloppy, hold on. Oh gosh, that looks terrible. Let's try to fix this real quick. And sometimes I just like to turn it over and just flatten it out, because then when I turn it back over, it flattens out everything else on this side. Yep. All right. Now what you're gonna do is fold this up, and we're not doing a railgun this time. I'm not sure what you'd exactly call this. I mean, I guess you could call it like a little cannon, because, oh gosh, you're not gonna see this, but there's like a tiny little barrel right there, if you can just shape that out in the gun. It's so tiny, I bet you can't even see it. But yeah, there's like one small little pocket that you can shape out right there, where it's like kind of like a tube. It could be like a cannon. Does the F-16 have a cannon? I don't know. I'm still just gonna call it a gun. We're at 55 minutes. Yay. All right, now you're gonna swivel this in to the center. Same thing here. Gonna drink more water. Haven't done that in quite a while. We're 5 minutes away from hitting the 1 hour mark. About. Alright, now that you've done this, what you're gonna do next is fold this try to fold this a bit further in. Or can you even? Nah, so then just leave it like that. But then what you're gonna do next is, if you turn over to the other side of the gun, you can see it's triangular. So what you're gonna want to do is fold it down a little. Sorry, my dad just cussing in the background. I don't know why he found that funny. Whatever, man. Oh god, what are they doing this time? Did I even explain that? Yeah, I just swivel that to the center, and then just flatten everything else out here. So just repeat the same thing I just did. All right, fold that in the center again. Now you should be able to do that again. All right, there you go. That doesn't look right. Yeah, whatever. We're gonna shape this a bit more later though, then it won't look as messy. And by the way, we're also gonna use these edges as landing gear. And that's how we get our landing gear this time. I used these last time to sneak in 2 extra missile racks onto Triceptical Supreme X. Gosh, I'm talking so fast. I can't even catch up. Alright, what am I doing? I need to do more steps. Alright. So anyways, what you're gonna do next is swivel that up. And then you should be able to swivel this up too. And then do it here as well. And then once you do that, you should be able to make 1 extra rabbit ear fold. So then it should look like this. And that's how you get a gun and air intake combo when you do this base. And now just line everything up and flatten it down. All right, now we have our air intake right here. You can see the gun isn't like directly under the air intake this time. Instead it's on one side. So you can choose whatever side you want. When I look at it from here in real life, I just see it from the left. So I'm gonna put it on the left side just for the tutorial. It's simple to be honest. All you have to basically do is just fold the air intake to the opposite direction and then fold the gun to the opposite direction of the air intake. And then fold the air intake up, fold it over. It also flattens the gun. And then fold the gun to the direction of where the air intake is facing, like the hole of the air intake. And you can decide how many barrels you want on the gun. You can just make it stay as a cannon. You can make it turn into a Gatling gun or minigun. You can do whatever you want. Turn that over, flatten it. All right, we're at an hour. Pretty cool. All right, now you can fold this edge back up. Here too. We've hit the 1 hour mark, guys. Yay. I'm so skibbity. I'm so Sigma. All right, now you see you have these layers, so you can just make rabbit ears here. All right, now, whoa, the computer was about to turn off, sorry. Now for these edges, you don't really need these, so just do the same steps on the Triceptical Supreme X. Spread squash these. Or spread squash, just this, not these. Or I am doing these. These. I don't know what I'm talking about. But yeah, then you put down under there and just tuck this in to the missile racks. And then there you go, you have 6 perfect missile racks prepared to be swiveled out, but we'll do that later in a little bit. Same thing here. So far, I've made 3 1-hour tutorials in a row. The Fury EX, or tutorials past an hour. The Fury EX, the Triceptical Supreme X, and now my version of the F-16. Alright, for now, just fold the landing gears to the opposite direction of each other. Like, not really the opposite, but just flatten it down. Flatten the landing gears down to the opposite direction of the missile racks. So, yeah, just like that. We're just getting them out of the way so we can swivel out the missile racks. So yeah, just swivel them out. But when you swivel them out, make sure you can still like kind of fold it up like that. Because I was able to do it on here, I should be able to do it here. If this is a recreation or an exact recreation of the my F-16. And don't just fold my F-16, go check out Jason Merrill's F-16 too, because this took inspiration from his F-16. Sorry, a fly just hit my face. I don't know why I'm saying that. No one's gonna care. Okay, so what? A gnat hit my face. Oh god, what are the dogs barking at now? Checking the camera, alright. Hold on, this missile rack's giving me a hard time. Alright, never mind. I got it. I got it. Yay. Alright. Alright, good. We did one set of missile racks. You can always shape that to your satisfaction, because I took time to shape this, but I'm just folding it right now. Alright. Okay, now if you want, you can fold that landing gear strut back if you want, because we did the missile rack. So now we're going to do the other set of missile racks. Right here. Alright. Now you're gonna just keep doing the same thing. Like, there's nothing I really need to explain here. It's always the smallest missile rack that gives me a hard time. I really hate it. And for those who know what full paper strike is, so far I'm doing some good progress. I'm also getting close to the scene where it's their last day in boot camp, so then I'll get to the good stuff later on. I'm not on the ultimate war scene yet, but it's a start. which is better than not doing it. Alright, now what you're going to do is fold this edge to there. You're going to fold under all of this too, because you have to make it so this is at a point right there. And then take this and swivel it over like this. And then on the existing crease, right here, swivel that down. And flatten it down. And then the next thing you're gonna do is fold that down, fold this to that intersection right there. How long is the tutorial now? 1 hour 9 minutes. Cool. And then unfold that and fold another and fold it into, how do we describe this? Fold this to the smaller intersection you just made. Fold it back up on the existing creases. Then you'll do the same thing here, but with fewer folds this time. Or instead you just fold it to the original intersection, and then you can just fold it back up or back down. Okay, now you're gonna do the same thing on the other side. I feel like these are the same steps for Arcano 07's Nero. I don't know. I might be wrong. We've reached 1 hour and 10 minutes. Yay. I'm so skibbity, I'm so phantom taxed. That's bothering me right there. Whatever. I'm gonna fold the wings in anyway to make them more, you know, perpendicular or kind of like, I don't know how to call it, but yeah. All right, now what you're gonna do is you're gonna fold a little bit of the wing in, like that. Then you're gonna fold it in half. Try to book match it. Just try your best, because I know the paper stick, you can't really fully fold it down without risking ripping and like, you see, damn it. Computer was about to turn off again. And yeah, you do the same thing for the rear wings. There you go. Now it should look something like this. Trying to see what did I do here again? Oh yeah, that's right. So hold on, I'm just trying to fold it down. All right, so these edges here, you don't really need these, so what you're gonna do is first off fold this up. and then fold this to this edge right here. And then you can fold it up to the edge one more time. And then it should look like that. Now the reason why we're doing that is because so we can use all these edges to form the afterburner when we jet fold. Same thing here. Oh great, I have not finished my water this whole tutorial. I saved myself some hydration. That's good water. I like water. You know, one of my friends, also just for no reason, she just yelled, "I like water." that was on Roblox party voice chat. It was so funny though. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you, it was so funny. Alright, we have nothing else left to do really here, so we can just jet fold. We're at 1 hour and 14 minutes. It's a pretty long tutorial. And honestly, maybe this is only just around the difficulty of the Advanced F-22. Maybe it's not more difficult than it. Alright, when you jet fold this, you're gonna want to be a little bit careful because the front of the plane can rip, and when you jet fold, like kind of like the edge you're jet folding it or like pushing down on to jet fold, it might want to rip, so you want to be careful. And the paper is really thick too, and you see, just rip the nose more. Bruh. It's really difficult to avoid ripping on this plane. The paper's very thick though. Pause. But yeah. Oh, and the air intake's flattened, so take it back out. And make sure the gun is good as well. Just leave him flattened down for now. Now, because you ripped the nose, you're most likely gonna rip the nose while folding this, so taping the nose won't be a big deal. You can tape the nose. It won't affect its flight performance. And like I said, I already know because I've thrown it and it flies just fine. Alright, now finally we jet folded it. So just fold the wings and the rear wings up. Alright, should look something like this. Alright, now the tail fin, it's a pretty strange step. But what you want to do is you're going to want to make a big tail fin like this, but still leave a little bit of keel down here so you can lock in the tail fin. Alright, now here is the tail fin, but in order to actually make the F-16 like tail fin, you're going to have to fold it like this again, even though we just folded the wings and the rear wings. And then what you're going to do is just using a pencil because it's easier. I'm lazy. Or wait, using a pencil is more work than squashing it with your fingers. But yeah, you kind of like inside reverse fold this. Like, it's kind of a judgment fold, honestly. But you want to make sure when you fold it that this goes inside the fuselage. Like, I think that's good. Or maybe I should flatten it down a little more, or I should pull it down a little more. Okay, that's good. Perfect. All right, and then just fold it back up. How long are we in the tutorial? 1 hour and 19 minutes. Wow, that's crazy. Although, I don't know why I'm saying it's crazy when the Triceptical Supreme X was 2 hours and 15 minutes. Trying to see this tail fin to see if I'm getting this right. I think I may have slid this back a little further, like this. Seems like it. And then it looks like I folded this down here, just like that. And, or actually no, what I did was, you fold that down, yes, but you also folded this edge to the intersection too. Did I? Yes, I did. And keep that inside the model. All right, now we got that down. We'll do the same thing on this side. Now that I remember. All right, now what we're gonna want to do is fold this down, fold the tail fin down a little bit like this. And then inside reverse fold it. So then it should look like this. And now you see you have like a little silver thing sticking out. So you're gonna want to put it back inside. Pause. That sounded so weird. I'm sorry. But yeah. There you go. That's a completed tail fin. Looks good enough. All right, now you can fold the wings and rear wings back up. Start just flattening out the fuselage because it's not completely flat. Or it's more like shaping, to be honestly. All right, now next thing we're gonna work on is the landing gear. So the front strut's easy. Just swivel it down like this. What time is it? 4:57. All right, I'm good. And we're at 1 hour and 22 minutes. Maybe an hour and 23. But still, bro, that's insane. Even though it's 40 minutes less than the Triceptical Supreme X, but whatever. A 1 hour tutorial is a 1 hour tutorial. It's always one of the MVPs. Or no, the Triceptical Supreme Mix is my real MVP on this channel. If we're talking about like jets here. Round out the air intake. Get the gun to where you want it. Looks good. All right, and now for the struts on this side, on the wings, they're simple. All you have to do is just pinch them, and then just let them. You just have to pinch them and let them be. One hour and 24 minutes in the tutorial. I think this will probably be an hour 30 minutes, I think. Checking my camera, alright. It's because sometimes, well, I have a newer iPhone now, but my old iPhone 14, well, it's not really old, it's still new, but sometimes it says, like, it doesn't have enough storage and it stops recording. I mean, I used to have that issue, but I have a newer iPhone, so I don't think that issue will occur anymore. So, yeah, I think, yeah, we're good. All right. And now we have to do the cockpit, which is easy. Or maybe not. You have to try to rip it as least as possible, but you have to fold it up. Like this. And then fold it back down. Like that. Like that. Right there, just like that. Ayo, pause. That sounded weird. Alright, this ripped nose is really bothering me. Hold on. I know, it's not origami, but it's bothering me. Hold on. It's just the nose is ripped and it's just really not giving me a good feeling about the plane. Or you know what? I'll prove it to you. I'll prove this plane can still fly good with the nose taped by doing a flight demonstration at the end of the tutorial. Although it'll be a lazy one though. I'm not gonna like full on edit it with background music and everything. Alright, now that looks better. Alright, anyways, now we're gonna lock the tail fin and then shape the afterburner. So in order to shape the afterburner, what you're gonna wanna do is take all of these edges, fold it into one side, inside here, like that. And then as for the other set of flaps, fold it to the other side. And this is why I think foil paper is a good choice, because it really locks in the creases you do if you crease them good. If you used origami paper or like any other type of paper, this would be a really, really frustrating issue. I mean, you could probably lock in the afterburner too in some way, but honestly, this is why you should do this with foil paper. Alright, now just take a tool or something, or just use your finger and round out the afterburner. All right, and how you lock into tail fin is it's easy. Because you remember when we said we would leave a little bit of keel on the tail fin? Well, I'm talking about these two little edges right here. So just fold them up like that. All right. All right, just keep shaping it to your satisfaction. But other than that, congratulations! You have made my version of the F-16. I mean, if you already did Jason Merrill's Advanced F-22, you probably were expecting to do this, because this one's just around the difficulty of the Advanced F-22, and I would say this is less difficult than the Triceptico Supreme X. But yeah, you're finished. So, enjoy. Oh, the flight demonstration, hold on. Let me just get out of this chair real quick and take the camera out. Alright, we're at 1 hour and 30 minutes. We're at 1 hour and... Oh, wait, no. We're at 1 hour and 33 minutes. Wow, that's crazy. Alright, I'm gonna cut to... Or actually, you know what? I'm just gonna take this off here. I'll take this one, and I'll go show you guys a flight demonstration upstairs. So hold on, I'm gonna go upstairs real quick. Oh god, my dogs are chasing me. All right. Oh, and of course my dogs are blocking the way. Well, hold on. Let me get down. Get off the bed. Go. I don't want to hit you with my plane. Whoa! I almost tripped on one of their toys, bruh. All right. I'm gonna prove to you this thing can still fly good. You ready? There you go. Ended up behind here. And look, I'll even do it across the hallway. That's if I can even aim it good. Yep. Still fly. Oh gosh, there's an idiot out there honking at some other idiot. I'm just kidding. I don't know what's going on out there. All right, I'm gonna go back downstairs. Okay. 1 hour and 35 minutes. It's crazy, all right. Hold on a second. All right, that was kind of just bloopers. Yeah, whatever. But yeah, there is your proof that this can still fly with tape on the nose. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed folding with me. And yeah, I'll see you around. Bye, guys.